guess what came in the mail? I had to stop life and get into some Fenty beauty. I knew it was on its way today, and I knew that I still want to do a full-fledged review try on, but I also wanted to do a first impressions because this is like the hot thing right now. And just so you guys can see the shades, the highlighters, the brushes, and I will come back on later today just to see how the foundation wears. I'll also update the description box below when I do wear it for a longer period of time, like my typical workday of 12 hours, just to see if there's any difference there. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel to see my other makeup tutorials, reviews, and get ready with me. And if you want to see more, how it goes on, how it looks, then please keep on watching. So I bought a couple of things. I figured I'd get some shades, try them on, and if they don't work, I'll just return it. That's why I bought everything from Sephora. I think the Fenty website has a decent return policy. I did not check, but I will include that info down below. Now, as far as the Fenty beauty line, I picked up some info from thecut.com, and the details are this. Rihanna developed Fenty Beauty in collaboration with Kendo, which I think is a play off Can Do, and that's the company behind. Actually, it was the original private label development department for Sephora, and now they're behind Marc Jacobs Beauty, Kat Von D Beauty, Bite Beauty. So they have their hands in a lot of popular beauty lines. But from the launch party that I saw on their Facebook Live, Fenty Beauty's Facebook Live page, even though this is not Rihanna's like from scratch, her lab beauty line, and she did collaborate with a private label, she was very much involved in the makeup. When you saw her apply it to the models or have her speak about the makeup, she was very passionate about it, and she knew what she was talking about, and she just knew how to use her makeup. And as you know from my anti-hauls, how I'm not about Kylie and Kim's cosmetics, and they're celebrities, and so is Rihanna. I just felt better about buying Rihanna's line because she has all these beautiful foundation shades, and I just felt there was more of an authentic passion to create this line. It could just be me. I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion. Just from what I saw, how happy she was at her launch party and the enthusiasm she showed and the happiness she showed that this line was finally live, up and running, and everyone could try it now. It really just gave her joy, and I wanted to try it, see how it works. Everything's fresh out the box. I made sure that I got the biggies, which was the foundation, the soft matte longwear foundation, as well as some of her match sticks, which come in trios as well as singles. This is, I believe, her highlighter brush. And then also we have the foundation brush, which is like a dome shape. Full body foundation brush. This is it right here. I'm gonna open these up. I love the packaging. It's like very industrial, like chic at the same time. It's a lot going on, but I like it. I also love the color of the brushes. It's like a very light pastel pink. I know, kind of like Kimberly's line, but I like this one better. It has a silver handle, and the bristles are very soft. It's densely packed, and this is for foundation, so will use this when applying her soft mattes. I'm excited about this one. It's specially designed to get on that cheek bone. This is her cheek hugging highlight brush, and it has an angle specifically for, ooh, that's nice. That's soft. I like that. Okay, going well so far. Ooh, okay. Now I also purchased the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, which I'm really excited about trying out. It comes in one shade. This is how it looks like. Check out this bottle. Frosted glass design with a pale pink top. Pump design for easy dispensing. And this is, I believe, $32 for Where Is It? 1.08 ounces. Not too bad. I think people were expecting it to not be drugstore prices, but to not be Dior prices either. So we're in that mid-range, like Kat Von D, Benefit pricing range of things. Here we have the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. I got the shade 360, and I think I might have ordered, or did I? I don't think so. I might have to go to the store if this shade doesn't work out, but based on the descriptions on the website, which, by the way, we're talking warm undertones, cool pink undertones, yellow undertones, neutral olive undertones. I mean, and all those undertones live in each spectrum. So your light range, your medium range, your tan range, your deep range, and your rich range. It's very thorough. And I think the big deal was that 40 shades on a first launch is significance. So that's what people were very excited to try on and see, because you have so many options and there has to be something there for you. Here it is, same frosted glass design with the same pale pink top finish. Fenty Beauty on the bottle. This is $34 and you get 1.08 ounces in this as well. Oh, I can't wait to try. This looks like a good match. I think this is going to be a good match, but I had other shades in mind just in case. Do you know what I mean? I also got a couple of matchsticks because you remember, as I spoke about the Kimberly sticks, that I'm not into like stick contouring, but I wanted to try these because these could also be used as foundation. And they're light as air, it says on the packaging, which comes in this box. Light as air, layering on the go. And a cool feature is that they're magnetic, so you could just stick these bad boys together. If you have like your highlighting, contouring, and shimmery highlighting shades, you could just slap them in like this and they'll be all together like squad. Contouring squad. Was in the medium trio. I also got the tan trio because I wasn't sure which one will work best. But let's get to swatching. Let's do this thing. In the medium trio, you have Bamboo, Mocha, and Trippin'. Let's swatch Bamboo first. In that same pale pink, but this is like a matte finish packaging for the matchsticks. Here's Bamboo. Goes on pretty soft. It feels like a cream to powder finish, and it looks very light. I did remember watching some review videos that this is not going to give you like full-on coverage, and some felt they had to go in with their favorite concealer to tackle the inner parts of their under eyes, because that really, I think these sticks are really meant for highlighting and contouring, less for coverage. Next shade for the contour is Mocha. This is, I think, described to be neutral in tone. Let's see. The first shade we swatched, Bamboo, is light to medium with neutral peach undertones. Mocha is deep with cool undertones. So that's why it looks kind of not gray, but on my skin tone, definitely more neutral than warm, which I kind of like as a contour shade. So we'll see how that looks. Next we have Trippin'. This is the shimmery highlighting shade. And this is described to be a golden glazed apricot. That's pretty. Definitely, I think will look like a very nice highlight on my cheekbone, but it's very, very, very soft. Like you could kind of barely see it on my arm here. So maybe that's for if you're looking for that skin fresh kind of glow. Why don't we just try it on bare skin now? Why not? Put some glazed apricot on there. In person, it looks like a rose gold sheen. I'm not sure if you can really see it on camera. I'm not blown away by it, so maybe this is something I might return because typically I don't use cream highlighters anyway, and I will probably use one of my liquid highlighters for my cheekbones, so this is not super mind-blowing for me. Okay, let's move on to the other trio I purchased. I think I got the tan trio. So these shades are caramel, truffle, and rum. First is caramel, and this is described to be tan with cool peach undertones. This might be like my skin tone, so I'm not sure how effective it will be in highlighting under my eyes and under my contour. The next shade is truffle, and this is described to be very deep with neutral undertone. That's very deep indeed. This might be a better contour shade for me. Let's swatch mocha right next to it. Yeah, mocha looks a lot more cool next to truffle. I might, and just so you see bamboo from the first trio we swatched next to caramel. These are, I mean, bamboo is significantly lighter than caramel, and it seems like a very huge jump from medium to tan. There are a lot more shades in the matchstick range, so we'll see if there's maybe another one that's more not as light and not as my skin color to highlight under my eyes. The highlighting shimmer shade from the tan trio is rum, and this is described to be a glazed bronze. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty! Very beautiful shade, but again, I'm not a fan of cream stick highlighters. I rather use a liquid or a powder highlight. These are the trios. I will try them on over the foundation just to get a final verdict, but look how cool this is. They just kind of like snap together. It's like a beehive of foundation. I did buy one more in the shade Walnut. I was curious to see how this would apply as a foundation and not just like highlight and contour. And this is tan with neutral undertones, which I think is me. So this is Walnut. Yeah, this probably will be a good match for my whole face if I just wanted to try the Stix for foundation purposes. All right, let's get into the highlighters because I know that's what we're waiting for. I got 3. I bought Metal Moon, which I don't know why I did. From reviews that I've seen, it kind of turned out ashy on tan to deeper skin tones, but I wanted to try it for myself, you know, just Trophy Wife. Oh, packaging for the highlighters, still nice. It's in this like octagon with an iridescent like duochrome finish. It has a mirror, but oh, that is crazy. Nice mirror, easy to hold, but still lightweight, so it's not going to weigh a ton in your bags while traveling. It's a snap closure, not magnetic, in case you were wondering. This is Metal Moon, and I got one duo. She also sells duos, and from what I've seen swatch-wise, picture-wise, I went with Mean Money and Hustler, baby. Here's the duo. Compact, and let's swatch these babies. Okay, Trophy Wife. Ooh, and I read these are not shimmer, they're more like glitter, so it's gonna give you that pow wow reflective shine like nothing else. Oh man, that is smooth. The pan felt smooth, the application felt smooth. It's hard to pick up on camera, but there are just these very fine specks of glitter in there, but it doesn't feel chunky or gritty. It just is so reflective and shiny. Ooh! Excuse me. Next is Metal Moon, which I already seen. It's more like iridescent in finish. So yeah, it's very, very, very soft. So if you're looking for that low-key glow, maybe Metal Moon will work out for you. but I don't think I'm gonna keep it just based on what I see on my arm, and out of all the highlighters that I have, I feel they do a much better job. Last two from the duo Hustler Baby and Mean Money. Here you go. Ooh, one is significantly softer than the other. I mean, this is very reflective, and I think this is like the more champagne finish, champagne shade, and this is like this barely shows up on my skin, so I'm not really sure how that's gonna go, but we will try them all out. And lastly, we have the Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow, which is her universal like rose hued nude shade. Beautiful packaging, glass tube now with a silver top, but I don't think it's silver. I think it's like a very like rose goldy metallic shade. It's beautiful. The doe foot applicator is huge. I think I'm just gonna put this on now. Oh, I like how it smells. It's fruity. I didn't expect this to be mind-blowing and different from anything that I've seen. I think it's just a beautiful universal rose shade that kind of enhances the hue of your lips. Gives them a little plump, a little shine. I'm curious to see this over one of my favorite nude lipsticks. Well, maybe I'll try this on again later. We'll see. Now, let's get into this primer. I'm looking forward to trying this primer out. Let me zoom you in a little closer. Make sure I don't get highlighter on my fingers. Not that that will be a bad thing. I did 2 pumps just to see how that covers. It feels like a lotion, which I've heard quite frequently as many describe this primer. Very light in scent. It disappears rather quickly, so that's good to know that it's not going to linger all day. I like how that applied. Smooth, very creamy but light, doesn't feel greasy. And nice to apply this on its own just to kind of blur out your pores, to, if you're not going in with foundation that day, maybe just to kind of give you a soft focus finish. I like. So it looks soft focus. Now let's do this foundation. I really want to make sure or see this is like my shade. Again, this is, I believe, like tan to deep with neutral to olive undertones, number 360. I'm going in with the brush. I'm gonna pump some to the back of my hands. I'm gonna do 2, start with 2, couple of dabs, and let's go in. Oh, I think that's a pretty good shade match. What do you guys think? Oh, this is nice and smooth. For my beauty blender users, if you're hardcore on using a sponge, she did come out with a sponge. I just decided to get her brush because I do have a ton of brushes, but I feel this is so beautiful, and the sponge is just like, it's just like a beige looking sponge, and I figure that it was just not necessary for me to purchase. I think this is a good shade match, friends. What do you think? That's a really lovely skin-like finish. It's not full coverage. If you want super full coverage, like you see there's some of my blemishes peeking through, like on this side of my face, I will recommend you go in with a second layer, as I've seen several have. I like the brush. It lays down the foundation beautifully. Easy to work with. It did take up a lot, but I feel that still a lot of foundation stayed on my face and didn't get totally absorbed by the brush. That's really nice. I like it. I'm not gonna get too excited because I just applied it. I understand. I think I'm more excited about the shade match, that I picked the right color. I'm sitting in front of my window and I feel that's the true teller of whether it's the correct shade of any new foundation you purchase. You know what I mean? Okay, I would like to now try the Stix. I'm gonna try the Stix. We already thought caramel was way too light to highlight, so let's go in with bamboo. I already know bamboo is not going to cover my under eyes as well as my concealer is. I don't have my concealer nearby because I just want to try this by itself. Whoa. The sticks go on nice and smooth. I think it's best to buff these out with a brush because I saw some buff it out with a beauty blender and it pretty much disappeared. So if you want that coverage to stay, I would recommend using like a densely packed kabuki brush. Not bad. I mean, very light. And I still see like my gray circles under my eye, and I will definitely go in with my concealer first and maybe with this after, just to bring in more light to this area of my face. And I feel it blends out fairly well, but you have to work fast because I think it dries down pretty quickly. It does dry down to a powder finish, but if you let it hang around a little bit too long, I think it will give you just a little trouble buffing out. I like how this looks. What do you think, friends? I think the shade is pretty good for highlighting. It blended out fairly well. It doesn't look too gray or ashy on me. I'm just going in with the foundation brush with some foundation left on there to kind of buff out the edges between the highlighting shade and the foundation shade, just back and forth so it looks seamless. Now I'm just gonna go to my local coffee shop, so I will look crazy, but it doesn't matter because I do want to try both contouring shades. So I will apply mocha to one side and truffle on the other. I like how this foundation is drying down. It doesn't feel sticky, overly creamy. It feels soft. Kind of reminds me of my NARS Velvet Matte Stick foundation. I think they're like in the same category with like soft matte finish, velvet touch finish sort of thing. All right, here's mocha. Kind of like barely can see it, but we'll try it out. We'll see. And here's truffle. Oh, we can see that one. I definitely can tell that mocha is, well, you know what? Let me buff out and shut up. How about that? In person, it like looks like it's completely disappearing into my skin, but there's some no, maybe not. Thing that's too light to make a difference, but maybe truffle will give us some. Truffle kind of disappeared too. I saw that happen to a couple of beauty bloggers, that even with a darker shade, it kind of just disappeared into your skin, which I get it. If you're using this for foundation purposes, maybe that's what you want, for it to look like skin and not just makeup sitting on top of your skin. But if you wanted to create contrast and highlight, I don't think it's doing much of anything. I think from that alone, we're taking back the shimmery sticks and we're taking back the contour sticks, because my concealer that I have that's a couple of shades darker does a much better job than these matchsticks. So far, we're loving the primer and we're loving the foundation. And in terms of the highlighting stick, I love how my skin looks. I'm still gonna set it though with powder. So I have my Laura Mercier on standby. I just want to set this because I am oily, and just from buffing out the contour, and this was resting a bit, it's creasing just a little bit here, but way like close to my lash line. The rest of my under eye area looks pretty smooth, but I'm still gonna go in with some powder anyway. Yeah, what do you guys think about the highlighting shade? Do we think it's necessary? Like, is it something I might use? I think maybe if I was using it to go under here with my contour just to give it a little more pop, but my contour didn't even show up, so I don't know. I like how this set with powder because even though it's cream to powder, it didn't show up chalky or splotchy or textured, so that's a good sign. Now for this highlighter, and I know that Trophy Wife is gonna look crazy on me because as beautiful as it is, it's a very yellow gold. And Makeup Shayla brought up a good point that this probably is meant to be more editorial than like everyday. But we'll see. Let's go with our fancy smashy highlighting brush. A little bit of Trophy Wife. God, here we go. Woo! Yes, this is definitely very yellow. Very yellow, very gold. Here's a close-up of how it looks. I have to say, I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about how Trophy Wife looks on my skin. I think simply because I'm just not the skin tone for it. Have any of you deeper in skin tone ordered this shade and it looks fabulous on you? Let me know. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna go with the more blingy side. Oh, that's pretty. I think this is a more realistic shade for me for every day. My forehead. This highlighting brush hugs this part of my forehead very well. I'm going with the chill shade just in my cheeks because I feel like that will add some nice light. I like how that looks. It's shimmery, but it's not like, it looks like realistic. Like this could be a realistic highlighter shade for my skin tone as opposed to Trophy Wife. That I feel like Trophy Wife is one of those things that is beautiful to look at in the pan. The idea of it is like, ugh. But in real life though, it's just sitting on my skin and it's not really just melting into there. And I think probably because, again, this is like costume, performance type of highlight. If you're a character or you're trying to create like a gold goddess look, that maybe you could go ham with it and put it like right here and kind of make like a bracket of gold highlight around the eyes, which will look really cool. But on a daily basis, I don't know, man. We gotta try Metal Moon. Let's do Metal Moon. Let's not leave it out of the party. It's a Metal Moon, which I don't know where I'm gonna put, but is there something there? Hello? Maybe put it in the middle of my forehead. Yeah, I'm not keeping Metal Moon. All right, I think we tried everything out, and the general consensus is that I love the brushes, the primer, and the foundation. Second place, the Matchstick in Bamboo and Hustle Baby in the highlighter duos. Unfortunately though, the Matchsticks, the majority of them, I'm not gonna keep. So they came in a trio, so I'll return the trio and think about getting Bamboo as a single. I didn't try Walnut, my apologies, as an all-over foundation shade, but just judging from how these Matchsticks apply to my under eye area and as contour, I prefer the texture of the liquid foundation over this texture as an all-over face foundation. So I think I am returning Walnut as well. And I know I mentioned that from using the contour sticks and highlighting sticks that I maybe wouldn't like the Matchstick in my actual shade as a foundation, but I applied it just now. I took off the Pro Filter. It leaves very light coverage, as you see, because I applied one application, and although it gives a very lovely skin-like finish, if you want that coverage, you're gonna have to add an extra layer. So let's do it. This is in the shade Walnut, and just so you see, I'm gonna apply it where you still see a lot of my blemishes, and then I'm gonna take my kabuki brush. I'm gonna buff that in. It buffs very easily, very smooth. I didn't apply this over the Pro Filter primer because I wanted to see how this just performed on my moisturizer. And it gives nice coverage if you layer it, but what I like about it, because that's what was one of the features, that you could layer it and it will still feel light on the skin, and not look too heavy. And the texture looks nice. It still looks like skin. It doesn't look cakey or too patched on and layer on there. And I think this is a good shade for me, Walnut. It was tan with cool or neutral undertones. I think it was tan with neutral undertones, which is where I lie on the skin shade spectrum. What do you guys think? Maybe I should keep this too as an alternative because it's a lot more travel friendly than the foundation because it's made out of plastic and not glass. So I definitely jumped to conclusions when I was using the matchsticks as contour and highlight. I think I like it as a foundation because it's light, it layers well, it looks smooth. I like the texture it leaves on my skin. It blurs out my pores. And I'll think about, again, buying Bamboo as a single if I want to highlight my under eye area, but I don't think I need it. I think that I just wanted to try the Stix to see how they work because it was a huge part of the line and a part of the advertising, and you know, they're fun and they're magnetic. Definitely not keeping Metal Moon, as beautiful as a highlighter as it is, maybe on lighter skin tone, or maybe you're looking for something that's soft. Not looking to keep because it's not changing my life. Trophy wife is hard because it's one of those things like, ooh, maybe should I keep it for like if I have that gig or event that I really need to get that pop glow effect. I'll see. I'll keep it on standby, but pretty much out of all the 3 highlighters that I bought, Hustle Baby and Mean Money turned out the better shade on me. But I think I need to get a better compact because this gives me like, it's hard to open. So maybe I have to exchange this for a better closure. But as far as winners go, out of everything I purchased, primer, foundation, and the brushes. Let me know down below if you purchased anything from Fenty Beauty, how you like it, what you didn't like, your thoughts on it. I will check back in later just to show you how the foundation wears. Hey friends, it is around 8:04, so maybe 4 hours now after we've applied the foundation, and I'm very happy with the fact that it did not break up on my nose and my skin still looks fresh. The Trophy Wife kind of wore off. Now I just see more like a glitter leftover, some specks of it left over rather than the actual yellow highlighter. And this side is with the duo, sorry, it's my calendar. Mean Money and Hustler Baby is on this side. And I like it better than Trophy Wife simply because it looks more natural and realistic on my skin tone. Check out that eyebrow pencil. And this is the gloss over a nude shade that I wear, my Tarte Color Splash in Colada, just so you can see it over a nude color. And it gives it a nice pinky hue and shine. So it's not just nude, but it has a little more of a pinky tone to it, rose tone to it. But I'm feeling the skin texture a lot. Like I'm feeling it, like I like it. I like how it dried down and how it didn't break up. And I know 4 hours is not a super long time, but I will again put down below in the description box how it wears 12 hours. But usually after 4 or so is when my nose, the makeup on my nose here starts to break up, and that didn't happen. So that was really what I was looking forward towards. And I'll also add down in the description box how it wears on another day for a longer period of time. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here with another product review, chit chat, demo, or get ready with me. Take care friends, and I'll see you next time.